my pick of the week. Of course, the worst Harry Potter movie we've seen so far, that being the 2005 film Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. I know we've had an extraordinary amount of people lining up around the block to keep continuing reviewing the Harry Potter series, and I think this is where it ends, because this one fell short. Unfortunately, this is the one where a chick gets eaten by a hedge mage and it wasn't scary.
A hedge mage.
I meant to say maze if I misspoke there. Anyways, Harry gets entered into some fucking wizard competition with some other schools that came in to compete in the wizard competition, and he wins. That's the movie.
Whoa. Fun fact.
Oh yeah, fucking what the fuck's his name gets revived, I guess, and he fumbles killing Harry because he's a dumbass.
Facts, dude. Fun fact, this is the first Harry Potter film to open with a non-Harry centric scene.
Oh, fascinating.
Yeah, Nico, how'd you like this one?
Dude, I thought that this one was alright. I don't think that it's the best one we've seen so far. I don't quite think it is. One of my biggest issues with this film, I just feel like we should have spent more time with Cedric Diggory, dude, because like currently his death just really lacks a lot of weight. Dude is not spending really any time with him at all, and his death is something that feels like it should be much more serious. Like, this is the first time we've really seen a student just get straight up killed, and along with that, his death coincides with like Voldemort coming back. And despite this, I just don't really feel like I don't even feel anything for him, because we weren't invested with him at any point throughout this.
Literally up until like the very last scenes, I legitimately thought he was just like knocked out. I didn't realize he even fucking killed his
Dude,
ass.
he got Avada Kedavra.
I don't know what that is. I just thought he got like stunned or some shit.
Yeah, has that been explained to us yet?
They literally had Mad Eye Moody explain it.
No way.
Like in class when he killed the spider.
Movie?
Oh.
What? Dude, I didn't.
That was the whole point of that fucking scene.
I thought he was just using the torture spell.
He used the mind control spell, he used the torture spell, and then at the very end he did Avada Kedavra and fucking killed it.
Gotcha. He was talking about like all the forbidden spells.
Yeah. Oh my god.
No, I remember him talking about the forbidden spells. I didn't realize that Avada Kedavra was
That is a
one
massive fumble on your guys' fault. That's not even the movie's bad.
I mean, that's a really minor point anyways. Yeah. It doesn't care at all. If anything, again, I am with Nico. I felt very little impact in this guy's death. They literally introduced some new guy just to be a fucking love interest challenge to Harry on, again, a new love interest that we've just now fucking seen, and they kill him off pretty unceremoniously after giving him basically no character growth at all. He's total fucking nobody until like the very end, where we see him being kind of chill with Harry when he helps him in the maze. That's basically it. There's very little to his character, and we're supposed to fucking care. And it feels weird that they set up this relationship just to have him be like a fucking artificial like barrier, even though they just had no setup to him liking this girl at all. It felt very unnatural.
In fairness, though, the Voldemort scene was cool. I did like that a lot. Like,
Dude,
Voldemort.
Why didn't he fucking kill him, dude? What the fuck?
It was magic bullshit. Like, they're gonna explain that later on.
I mean, the fucking stupid fight they had, whatever. That's
stupid
fine.
fight.
They can hand wave the fucking energy beam bullshit that fucking shonen anime are addicted to doing all they want. I don't care about that much. It's mostly that he fucking monologued for a million years and then like challenged him to a fucking fight, dude. Just kill his ass.
No,
Why?
dude, I liked it. I was a fan. Voldemort's just a fucking freak. He was hamming it up a lot. Despite that, I feel like he was still a substantial threat throughout all of that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, he absolutely shows his power, and then he gets fucking beat by some random kid, which makes me not really care.
Dude,
that much.
he did the family son Kamehameha on his ass. It was sweet.
I don't know. I don't really care. I don't have as much investment, I guess, as you guys.
Also, that beam clash I thought was cool too, dude. Like, I liked how like when the beams were like hitting each other, there was like a bunch of goop shooting everywhere. I feel like that was a very creative touch. Rather than like, you know, most things are just like, oh, there's like things of lightning shooting everywhere, like breaking up the scenery and stuff. No, it's just goop.
On an unrelated note, did Harry call out his name's not fucking Neville.
It is.
The stupid Neville, yeah, the blonde guy.
Oh.
Did they call out that the fucking blonde kid's dad was there?
No, I don't think they pay any attention to it particularly.
That seemed like a major thing, that this guy was just like, that's the only character that we've seen that I think that we know of that was part of the Voldemort group. and they like kind of brush by it and don't address it at all afterwards. It seemed like he would have immediately gone back and be like, holy fucking shit, this guy's dad is in the fucking Voldemort gang, but they just don't. I'm assuming they're saving up for like later or something. But
I think it was implied
that
with a fade to black that he told Dumbledore that.
Yeah, I'd have to assume that it gets further addressed in the next movie. If it doesn't, I think it's gonna be very weird. But like if Draco is still,
that seemed major.
Yeah, like if Draco's still there in the next movie, it's gonna be very strange if just like we pay no mention to what happened in this one.
I just wanted to say I agree with Nico. Voldemort is fucking sweet. I love how fucking goofy this guy is. Yeah. I love the way he acts.
He's so weird.
He's so weird. He is not what you expect, like what he's been set up to be. You expect him to be like, oh, dark and serious and fucking, you know, like fucking Ronan from Guardians or some shit. But no, he's
kind of just a nerd.
He's like he's just a little mischievous, you know. He's like the Joker, but not stupid, I guess.
He's the Joker, but a wizard.
Yeah, exactly.
I will say that, like, the way that the summoning back game was pretty fucking raw.
That scene looks so fucking good, and their decision where it's like the cauldron itself melts into him, and then the fucking smoke turns into his cloak. That shit went hard as fuck.
It was definitely super badass. I was a big fan of that shit.
And then immediately after, he's like, and now I can touch you! Or whatever the fuck he did. That was funny. One thing that kind of ties into that stuff is I like that it continued the much darker and more serious tone that was established in Azkaban.
Mm-hmm.
And even went a bit farther with this one, I would say. I think...
But, like, despite that, like, the movie still ends on kind of, like, a chipper note, which feels weird.
It is a weirdly chipper note. They probably should have... I mean, I'd even go so far as to say, you know, fucking go to credits after he brings back Diggory and his dad starts crying, you know?
Yeah.
Why do we have this ending scene where it's like, oh, we're saying goodbye to all our friends?
Be sure to write me back. Oh, I don't think I will. Oh, you jokesters.
Yeah, that was pretty strange, but and also, like, I think the biggest problem with this film is the middle part where we're doing the very contrived and silly teenage drama and who am I going to take to the ball?
Oh, all the other girls are taken.
Very out of place. This could have been a much more cohesive movie that kind of just focused primarily on the Goblet of Fire. Speaking of, we have literally not spoken on the Goblet of Fire this entire fucking time.
Do much.
Like 10 minutes into this review, and we haven't spoken about like the entire point.
It's
of this
only
movie.
in the movie for like 10 minutes.
That's not true. They have a lot of this movie's runtime is dedicated to them being in the fucking challenges. I will agree, a lot of it is like...
Well, I thought you meant the literal goblet itself, not the...
Oh, okay.
No, I'm talking about the... Oh, wait, what the fuck is the challenge
The
name?
Tri-Wizard Tournament.
There we go. For some, I don't know why I thought it was called the Goblet of Fire. I'm retarded. I'm spacing out here. But yeah, the Tri-Wizard Tournament, the thing the movie's actually fucking focused on.
I feel like the tournament really doesn't take up that much time either, though. I feel like it's only maybe half an hour of the runtime.
No, it was much longer than that.
Oh.
Yeah, certainly.
Like in between him,
that
like
maze lasted like an hour.
Yeah, in between like him figuring out all the clues for each of the things and all of that stuff. I do think like, why is the ball itself so long? Can we cut that down a bit at least? Like this is what was 2 hours and 40 minutes or some shit.
Yeah, something like that.
We could lose some of the Harry and Ron are fucking losers plot, right?
Oh, I guess we have to go with the Indian girls. Look at us, we're such losers.
I don't even know, how the fuck is Harry a loser at this point? I feel like he's pretty famous in the school for what he's done. Like, he's part of the fucking Quidditch team, which is already like an achievement in its own.
He's also in the tournament that's currently ongoing and everyone's talking about.
Yeah, which is huge. It's like a fucking massive deal to be the one that's chosen for the fucking tournament.
They did.
He's also just done all sorts of other shit. He's fucking done some other crazy stuff. He's like infamous with just who he is as a person. And you're telling me he was a fucking just like the last person to get picked?
True.
What?
They did try to come up with an excuse for that, where they set up that like people are like angry that he's in the tournament, even though like he's under 17.
Yeah, that shit was really funny that everyone just like have stupid fucking like badges on them. Very goofy.
But I don't know that really explains away this issue you guys are pointing out.
No, not particularly. The fucking challenges too were they're kind of whatever. I am curious how other people solved the dragon challenge. I don't like that they didn't show that fucking like that's just crazy. Maybe they did just do some dumb shit where they just fucking like yoinked the egg over to them and they're done in like half a second.
Dude,
but
it's so fucking dumb that Harry did not just use the pull things to me spell to bring the egg directly to him during that challenge. I also absolutely,
he had to pull his broom to him instead.
I also really wish we did see the other contestants like do the challenges themselves, because I would have liked to see how other people thought about these things. Like, it was cool when we saw the dude, like the Russian guy, become like a half shark man during that challenge. Like, I wanted to see more cool stuff like that.
Yeah, this magic system adds like a lot of depth to it, but we don't get to know anything about it, unfortunately.
Yeah. I know what you're trying to say with depth, but I disagree. I think there are virtually no established rules for how the magic system works, and so it's incredibly arbitrary what anyone can do.
I want some basis. What the fuck is the magic that's making this fucking ship go underwater and teleport? How's that
Just
shit
wait
work?
until they throw in wizards just randomly start being able to cast spells without saying the words.
Oh yeah, that'll be sweet.
Fucking castless magic. That's always like a big part of magic shit. With like, yeah, no, this means that they're like an expert or like they're really good. There's like a super high level skill. Interested to see how that goes in the Harry Potter universe. Yeah, I agree with you guys. I don't think. Well, at least I agree with Nico. I don't know if Tanner agrees with this. I don't think this is the best Harry Potter movie we've seen. I think it's kind of in the pile with the rest of them, to be honest. I think it's an entertaining movie. I think its runtime is very bloated and it's kind of stupid, but I think it's a fun time. I do think that the fucking, for what it is, a 2005 movie, the effects are fucking good.
Oh yeah.
Like the maze scene legitimately did feel pretty tense. The fucking underwater scene definitely was pretty fucking tense feeling as well. The whole set was really fun to look at. I don't like the way they addressed the dragon scene, but I do think that whole scene was pretty fun and engaging. Where Harry goes getting chased around the dragon, or chased around by the dragon.
I liked the terrorist attack at the sports match.
Yeah, what the fuck was up with that shit?
How many people came there in order to like just completely disarm all these other wizards?
It was just like fucking five of them or something. I don't know.
Right?
Yeah, literally, it's like this is a massive conglomeration of probably like thousands of wizards all fucking tailgating, and then like 5 dudes come over and sweep them. That's very unbelievable to me. How does this happen?
Smallest possible defense I can give of this is that, generally speaking, the reason people get so freaked out by evil wizards is that they can use the death spell, which is, very easy to use and kills you instantly, and non-evil wizards do not use that spell.
Is that a Kedavra?
Yeah. Also, fucking J.K. Rowling, come on. You just combined abracadabra and cadaver. Like,
she's a fucking
She's
genius.
a billionaire, so I guess I don't get to... Yeah, I'm the fucking retard.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Harry is falling in love with a Chinese girl named Cho Chang.
Crazy, dude. So why do they randomly decide like we need to force some fucking romance into this? It felt so weird. Like, we've never seen this chick before, and then suddenly Harry's like all fucking about her.
I genuinely cannot remember. So Cho Chang is in the book, and he does like catch feels for her. I cannot remember if she is set up before the 4th book though, so that could just be how it plays out.
Yeah, it felt very forced.
Also, actually, okay, small defense on that point. This is the first one where he's like 14.
He's getting his fucking testosterone in. He saw a Chinese woman and immediately figured it out. Understandable.
There's a sexual awakening arc. Also, just by the way here, another little thing. Why is Ron being like so weirdly petty throughout this film? Like, he just comes off as an asshole the entire time. It feels very strange.
Yeah, they need some drama, dude. What do you mean?
They're teenagers now. He's got that angst.
that's another thing I was talking about where I say that it felt forced.
Yeah.
The fucking I do have a question though. I probably just like missed something. But how did the how did they just like cast a fucking curse on the trophy or something at the end of the tournament or something? Because like the whole point of all of this was that they were trying to get Harry to win the tournament so that he could teleport over to that fucking graveyard and be used as a sacrifice for Voldemort. But like did they just cast a fucking spell on that? Does it always teleport them there? Did I just fucking miss that? How does that work? Why didn't they just teleport Harry there in the first place? Why did they go so roundabout way of making him enter a fucking tournament and hoping he wins?
So that is something called a port key, which they set up at the very beginning of the movie when they touched that boot to go to the sporting event. There was some line where they called it a port key. So yeah, that was something that was set up.
Okay.
Still, though, like on Jackson's part,
why don't they just make anything turn to a fucking port key and just make him go there?
Why did they turn his broom into a port key? Why'd they, like, what happens if fucking Cedric Diggory got there first and he just got teleported instead of Perry?
Yeah, it seems really, really fucking stupid.
I don't have a defense for that argument.
We're thinking harder than fucking Rowling was.
I guess so.
I mean, okay, hold on. So Mad-Eye Moody was the bad guy who had to do the thing.
Which, by the way, I also don't like that twist either. I feel like there could have been, like, better ways to go about that.
Especially because, like, I like Mad-Eye Moody, but now, like, that character doesn't exist.
Does he appear more in the next films?
I think he is going to be the Defense Against the Dark Arts again, and he'll have, like, the same personality, but, like, technically we haven't met that guy.
Yeah, was he locked up the entire movie, or was it nerd like, okay.
So it's just like, oh, by the way, there's a new character who you've never met before, because remember, that was a different person, but just pretend it's the same guy.
Yeah. But that's a problem for a later movie, perhaps.
Okay. And also, and again, like on that point, the guy who was like masquerading, cosplaying as Mad-Eye Moody, what was his fucking deal? Why was he so weird? Like, whenever he was, like, you know, in I'm evil now mode, he was just, like, licking his lips all the time, like a freak. Why was he doing that?
All Death Eaters are part snake or something, I don't know.
It's like, presumably, he was just a normal guy most of the time, like, when he was at the council thing or whatever, but then when they're like, oh, you're an evil Death Eater, he's like, yeah.
Yeah, how cracked is this magic to, like, replicate who somebody looks like, too, that nobody could fucking catch on to that at all? Feels like Dumbledore would know that, yeah, this guy's a faker.
I mean, it was in the second film. It was the polyjuice potion that Hermione made before. Mm-hmm. He was just using that the entire time.
Yeah, I know, but, like, how fucking effective is that? I feel like some high-level wizard would be able to call that. Obviously, that's just hearsay, but like it feels like somebody that was good would be able to figure that out pretty easily. All we saw people use that on was just other fucking dumb students.
Think, generally speaking, potions are like pretty powerful in terms of their effects, just because like they're more difficult to use, you know?
Yeah, that guy must have had a fucking cracked ass thing of polyjuice, because he must have been. Oh, that's what he was fucking drinking the entire time, dude. I figured it out. I solved the mystery. I just put those pieces together.
I just said that.
Dude, I wasn't paying any fucking attention to you, per usual.
Fair enough, I guess.
Yeah, shut up. Anyways, let's get on to the rankings, assuming we've got nothing else to talk about.
Alright, cool. Sounds good. Yeah, do you have anything further to say about this one?
No, I think I'm satisfied.
Okay, cool.
We shat on this movie a lot more than I expected to.
I think we shat on it more than it deserved, in my opinion. I still really liked this one.
I enjoyed
it. Yeah, I think it's a fun little romp around. I think that they've really become much better actors in this time too. I wish that the script did them a bit more favors, but I'm putting this one in the middle of the pack with the rest of the fucking Harry Potter movies for me. I'm putting it as another B.
Fantastic. Where did Dylan put did he put in like a A-?
He did put an A-.
Yeah, A-.
Alright, so this is going to be my review for Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. I thought this movie was fairly entertaining. In terms of comparison to the films in the rest of the series, I didn't think this one was a crazy amount better than the last one. They were really over-dramatizing a lot of the characters for seemingly no reason, kind of almost for plot convenience, and, you know, I don't really I don't really know why. It just kind of felt out of place. And I don't know if I could say it's out of character. I mean, maybe you can come to the conclusion they're like, oh, they're just being teenagers going through teenager things. Sure, I guess. To be honest, though, I actually think the acting was slightly worse in this one than the previous one as well. But, you know, ultimately there's more world building. I remember Tanner making a comment before saying how magic gets used more and more often as the series goes on, and that was clearly shown in this movie, so that's appreciated. But yeah, I like how the culmination of the movie so far is, you know, at least while it's world building, it's not necessarily tying up loose ends, but it's building on previous plot that was unexplored. And so, yeah, I know this is popular amongst people, especially the books. But yeah, I don't really have too much more to say about this movie.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I'm thinking, I'm probably gonna put it the same rank as Prisoner of Azkaban. I'm gonna give it a D plus, or not D, not D. I'm gonna give it a B plus.
I was about to say, Jesus Christ.
You guys did successfully talk me down a bit. Originally, I had it on the same tier as Prisoners of Azkaban. I'm now gonna put one lower at A minus alongside Chamber of Secrets.
Whoa.
Guys, it's really shaping up to be another B plus pick, and unfortunately it was another B plus to the pile.
Damn.
To be fair,
How does that compare to the other Harry Potter movies so far? Prisoner of Azkaban's A minus. This one is tied at second with the first.
Okay.
fair enough.
Like how every time I type in Harry into Henderson's also pops up like it's part of the fucking, like it's part of the team.
Tanner, what were you gonna say? You're gonna say to be fair.
To be fair, Harry Potter, like of all franchises I can think of, is the most B plus franchise imaginable in my.
Yeah, it's all right.
It's just very consistently above average.
I'd say B is like, yeah, these are good films.
Yeah, like they're all right. They're nothing like crazy standout, but like they're entertaining.
Yeah.
They're good films.